If you comply, they don't do that. If you had a license, registration, and insurance, they don't do that. And you hand it to them, they won't do that. Don't have drugs on you. Don't be riding dirty, as they call it. The most, I don't know, grievous thing is the punch. The cop that punched him in the face. He didn't kill him. He didn't even break skin. It was like when Sheriff Buford T. Justice kicked that kid in the ass at the beginning of Smokey and the Bandit. That's an attention getter. That's what it was, an attention getter. When a hysterical woman, when you slap a hysterical woman in the face, and she goes, it's to, you know, hey, look at me. Look at me. So he belted him one in the face. And then they dragged him out. And, boy, he was a little more compliant after that, wasn't he? But, of course, they are saying it's racism, it's police brutality. By the way, you see one video like this. And this isn't even, he was totally wrong here. He didn't comply. He didn't have what he needed. He had drugs on him, weed. I know, it means nothing. I get it. But laws are still there. And the cops are there to enforce them. Sorry. You got a problem, take it up with the legislature and have your laws changed. But for the time being, weed is still illegal in certain states. So, you know, they want to make it look like this young man was complying with everything, was beaten and dragged out of the vehicle. And that's their narrative. And what goes hand in hand with that? That's right, the grift, the big money grift. So he's lawyered up with Ben Crump, the newest Reverend Al, and another lawyer, and they held a press conference, and this kid's dumb as dirt. He's dumb as fucking dirt. And they're already painting the picture of police brutality. I could show you 50 videos right now, the same situation where nothing happened because the person wasn't compliant and they didn't get punched in the face. The punch in the face is the one thing that they can even maybe question on this. But like I said, back in the day, a good smack, a good pop to the face, it straightens out back in the day. Let's watch this press conference of geniuses. Look at his hair.
I want to thank God for bringing everybody here together, and thank y'all for supporting me. That day, I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over, and
all right, pause.
Why?
Again, I've seen thousands of these videos. You know what they all do? They all sit in the car with the window up, yelling, "Why I being pulled over? Why I being pulled over? Why I being pulled over?" And the cop tells them 1,000 times, "Well, your headlight's out, your tag light is out, and you weren't wearing a seatbelt, your tint's too dark, whatever it is, they tell them. I would just asking a question. No, you weren't. You're lying. They answered your question. You just kept asking it. And that continued until they asked you to step out of the vehicle because you're not complying. And when you refuse to do that, that's an arrestable offense and you're arrested. They never understand that. And during a press conference like this, they'll be like, I would just ask a black man can't ask a question. That's what they're running with on this, by the way. A black man, an American citizen, can't just ask the police a question without getting beaten and dragged out of the car. No, that isn't what it was for. Not complying with a lawful order was why he was dragged out of the fucking vehicle after being told that lawful order 10, 12, 20 times. Continue.
I needed to step out the car when I know I didn't do nothing wrong.
Pause again. This is another thing they don't understand. Pennsylvania versus Mims. It sounds funny. Pennsylvania versus Mims. This was decided by the Supreme Court back in the 70s. This is the Supreme Court decision that says that a police officer conducting a traffic stop, any traffic stop, can ask every single person in the vehicle to step out of the vehicle for any reason or no reason. Just the fact that they are on a traffic stop. A police officer can legally ask anyone in that vehicle to step out. And this moron is saying, he asked me to step out, but I didn't do nothing wrong. Doesn't matter, dummy. Doesn't matter. You are legally obligated to step out of that fucking vehicle. This is this is a mullet he's got there. A nullet. I'm going to call it a nullet because it's a certain type of mullet that only a certain type of person can wear. It's business in the front and riot in the back. Look at that fucking dumb ass hair. Ugh. All right, let's continue.
I was really just scared.
Oh, pause again. This is another thing you hear all the time. I was scared. He was scared. I was scared. I was uncomfortable. The police was all around me. What happened to the talk? What happened to the talk that the blacks give their kids that says, that they're hunting you. They want to kill you. So when you get pulled over, you comply. Do what the officer says because they're looking for any excuse to shoot you. That's the talk. Meanwhile, they never act like they got that talk. All they do is be belligerent, nasty. They don't comply to anything. They never have the proper documentation. Like, you don't have a license. This guy didn't have a fucking license. That right there, step out of the vehicle. But, what are you going to do? He's got Crumb next to him and lawyers and mama and his dumb nullet, and he's going to make some fucking money on this. I guarantee it. The windfall, the ghetto lottery has picked this family of grifting jerk-offs to be the next people to get paid out millions. Ugh, it's disgusting. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
On February the 19th, 2025 this year, America saw what America is. You saw injustice. You saw abuse of police power.
Pause. America saw what America is. What is America? That one video or the thousands I've watched that I've seen police with the patience of a saint. All of them. Patience like fucking a saint as they deal with these ignorant, belligerent assholes that get violent, and the police couldn't be more courteous and gentle with these motherfuckers. That's America. And you want to talk about they saw what America is? America? Yeah, we did. A young black man who doesn't want to obey the laws by getting proper documentation for the privilege of driving, and then doesn't want to obey the law officers when he's called out on his lack of documentation, and won't listen to lawful orders and step out of the vehicle. Yeah, you're right. We are seeing what America is. Dumb fucks driving cars with an attitude like they don't have to pay attention to anything. Let's watch a little more.
But most importantly, we saw a young man that had a temperament to control himself in the face of brutality. William McNeil. Let me be clear. And people talked about him pleading guilty to resistance without violence and driving on suspended license. That entire stop was not just pretextual, racial motivated, it was unlawful. And everything that stemmed from that stop was unlawful. What we're not going to do this morning is get in the back and forth between the leaders of Jacksonville. What we're going to do, we're going to focus on the facts. And everybody saw the video.
Facts.
You can release all the body cameras you want. But the body camera, the cell phone footage was unedited. It's a reality. You can talk about a knife being in the car, but it was not a weapon because he did not weaponize it. He stayed calm.
Could you pause? He goes, you could talk about a knife being in a car, but it wasn't a weapon. He did not weaponize it. Oh, okay. So if the gun was on the passenger seat and he didn't weaponize it, it's not a gun? It's not a weapon? Let's watch a little more.
The only weapon that day was a Jacksonville sheriff office. The nation saw it. Everybody saw it. And we're here for redress and get justice for the Manil family.
Justice!
On scholarship. Doing what's required of him to be a better person. And all he did was exercise his fundamental rights, his God-given rights, to answer a simple question. Why are you stopping me?
Pause again. See what they do? All he did was exercise his right to ask a question. They always do that when they're dragging them out and cuffing them because they found drugs in the car, or, I'm talking about any other stop that I've seen, or they don't have the proper documentation, the car is stolen, whatever it is. They're always yelling like, all this because my blinker didn't work? My blinker didn't work? You arrested me? Like they leave out all the other shit that happened between, hi, sir, I noticed your directional signal didn't work, and pinned on the ground getting cuffed. They leave all that out and think that the reason the cops dragged him out, pinned him on the ground, tased them, and are handcuffing them is because his blinker didn't work. Now, in this case, he's saying the facts, remember, just dealing in the facts, that all this boy was doing, this young man was doing, was exercising his right to ask a question. Why am I being pulled over? He answered it. I've seen the fucking chest cams. I've seen the cops' videos of this. And they answer him. They answer him numerous times. And he just kept not doing what the police officers asked of him legally. A little more.
On during the day. Did y'all see the video where the officers came with no headlights on? No windshield wiping, no smoke, no fog, no rain. So anybody would be confused, why are you stopping? And he exercised their right to answer that question. And they bullied him, intimidated him, broke his window, and beat him and caused permanent injury.
Beat him. Permanent damage.
Classic case of driving while black.
Yeah, it is. Pause. He's right. It is a classic case of driving while black. They get pulled over and they're belligerent and illegal and nasty and racist and stupid. Yeah, okay. I agree, Ben Crump. Yeah, it is driving while black. Absolutely 100%.
And I applaud William McNeil for keeping his demeanor, his calmness. I mean, Attorney Daniels, I thought the trained police officers were supposed to be the ones to de-escalate the matter.
Yeah, pause. Because they did. That's why they asked him 20 times to step out of the vehicle. That's why they told him 10 times why he was being pulled over. Because they de-escalated until sat in his car with the windows up, not complying to legal requests by the police officer. He escalated it to the point where the cop had to break the window. If he had rolled the window down, which he was legally obligated to do, or opened the door, whatever it was, stepped out of the vehicle, they never would have broken the window and dragged him out. So who escalated this? Such liars. I'm not going to go on for another 20 minutes here, but we'll keep close tabs on this until the giant payout for this idiot, his dumb family, and 80% to the lawyer, the grifting lawyers, is paid out. It will be. Mark my words, this will a multi-million-dollar windfall for this another stupid-ass grifting thug family. Oh,